welcome back to another video. Today, I'm doing something similar to the Dragon Generations Pass 1 report card videos. Today, I'm going to be going over and giving report cards on the Type Soul elements. I will be grading them similarly to how I graded the past Part 1 forms. However, I shall only be going over one element per video. I shall be grading them based on the base moves, the PvP capabilities, the 3 best skill trees to use for the element, and the mode if they have it. Note that I will only be covering the elements that I already have over the elements that I have to go get myself. With that, today's element on the grading block is Starrk. Let's get moving. Starrk has 3 base moves, but since you're an Around card, you can only use 2 of them. They consist of the Z, Sonido Cero, where you dash and fire Ceros from your guns twice at your opponent. X, Cero Corazon, where you unleash a Cero from your chest before flash stepping into a Fateable Slash. And the C move, Buster, where you summon a wolf to hunt down the nearest enemy. As someone who uses Starrk a lot, I can tell you right now, the Z move is a free parry if used without any setup. You will hit 90% of the first shot, but then never hit the second. The X move ain't that well off either. You can most definitely throw it out raw, but unless your opponent is garbage at parrying, you are getting parried if you do not feint that slash when you hit this move. Honestly, Buster is the best move in Starrk's base kit. It's a minion type entity that explodes on impact with the player and can be used as a distraction to set up other moves. The 3 best skill trees for Starrk, in my opinion, would be Speed at the top, Ground Hakira in the middle, and a tie for third between Kido and Kendo. But that's honestly it for the base mode. Now, it's time to move on to... The full res for this element is where things actually get serious. You gain access to 2 new forms of combat that alternate some of your moves, Cero Guns and Comilo. Cero Guns gives you ranged M1s and a ranged crit for a limited time and allows you to use 3 new moves. Buster becomes Wolves and allows you to summon a barrage of wolves to hunt down the opponent instead of just one of them for a potential set play. Sonido Cero becomes Sonido Cleave, where you actually guard break your opponent instead of them gaining a free parry opportunity and winning in neutral. And Cero Corazon turns into Cero Metroleta, which is... There's also Camila mode, where you swap out your guns for swords. This changes your Z and C moves respectively. Your Z, Sonido Cleave, turns into a dash where you slash at your opponent twice, and Wolves turns back into Buster where you slam the ground with your swords and follow it up with a chest Cero. Note, because a lot of people who use Starrk forget this, in order to switch back to your guns, you need to do enough damage with Cero Corazon, your X move. Otherwise, you will be stuck in Colmilo mode for the duration of the mode. Now we can move on to the Segunda Etapa moveset. You are now only in your Cero Guns mode, and you gain 2 new moves, a new crit, and you get another Cero Metroleta. The T move, Devastar, has you aim your gun at where your mouse is and unleash a giant-ass Cero that you can move around with, allowing you to do a sweeping motion of the area. There's also the G move, Kill Shot, which allows you to kick the opponent into the air and shoot them down with a Cero. With that, let's move on to the grading. In my opinion, the base moves get like a C. They aren't really much compared to the full res and the Segunda versions, but they can get the job done if you play your cards right. For that reason, alongside the mode being amazing, the PvP capabilities for this element also get a C. While the skill trees that flow with it, which are all skill trees that aren't medic, get a B. The mode though? The mode gets an A. Cero Metroleta alone is such a good move that it can carry by itself. But the technicality of the mode, being able to switch between the 2 different fighting styles, and the Segunda mode needing no explanation, earns it an A. Overall, Starrk sadly gets a C. I love this element, but dear god, the fact that some rares and hell even common elements are more of a threat in base than this thing is actually crazy. But hey, that's gonna be it for the video. Let me know if you guys like this by hitting the respective buttons and comment on what you all think of this video and what would you all grade the elements that you all have and what elements I should cover in the future. With that, I'm out of here.